Hello and welcome back to Process of Elimination. My name is Maybe Dennis, and last time we kind of met up in the dining hall to discuss our next move. And you know, Watto had the good idea of trying to trick everyone to working together. He was like, there's a secret passage somewhere. Yeah. Source? Oh, ideal detective. Yeah, definitely happened. And everyone was like, alright, let's split up and try to set up these cameras that Techie made, as well as just check all the rooms. So you went to this one room after setting up some of the cameras, and found that it was very weirdly structured, and after accidentally activating a trap, a whole bunch of spikes came up from the floor, and we were able to narrowly escape death by going on the table and the chairs, because it seems like those are the sweet spots where the spikes will not hit. And it was all thanks to Mystic Detective for basically keeping a cool head. And afterwards, we all kind of reconvened again, informed the others about the trap, and kind of just separated for the night. But before that, we saw an argument between Workaholic and Renegade. Seems like they have some history, not just what happened during their investigation. They definitely have some beef. But now we're going to continue on with the case. I have a bad feeling that someone might die this episode. It's just because we've kind of done, like, honestly, I'm kind of surprised no one died last episode. But, seeing how this is probably going to follow a Danganronpa formula, we're already kind of well into chapter 2, kind of like 2 or 3 episodes, I think 2, but nothing has really happened, and I feel like something's going to happen to kick us into gear, to get us to start our investigation. So let's continue onwards. She floats over to my side, pressing close to me. It's not as though I can feel the weight of her body, but strangely enough, it still makes me feel warm and relaxed.
しばらく姿を見せていませんでしたけど、どこに隠れていたんですか?
The ceiling.
思念だけの存在とは言っても、私も疲労はするようでな。少しばかり意識が途絶えていた。まあ、寝落ちしていたようなものだ。
Well, you are hopefully resting in peace.
寝なくても平気というわけじゃないんですね。
私自身、まだわからないことだらけだが、そうらしい。おそらく人間の体と同じで、1日に6時間から8時間は意識が遮断される時間が発生するようだ。
So it sounds like they're setting a condition or like a restraint that she might be out for 6 to 8 hours a day.
君が私の姿を視認できていなかったことを考えると、意識が途絶えている間は君にも私の姿は見えないのだろう。我ながらおかしな状態だな。
So we can't see her when she's napping. Would we still be able to call out to her, like wake her up? Or will she just kind of not exist on this plane of existence? That makes 3 rules we know about how Holmes functions. A. She can't be more than 3 meters away from me. B. Our minds are linked so she can read my thoughts and share my dreams when I'm asleep. And finally, C. Her mind shuts down once a day for 6 to 8 hours, during which I can't see her. So, even as a living thought, she doesn't have free reign. Talk about inconvenient.
ところで、ホームズさんはこの洋館の中に犯人がいると言いましたよね。
ああ、言ったな。それがどうかしたのか?
Do you know who it is?
それは僕たち探偵同盟の中にいるということなんですか?
Holmes' eyes go wide, and she tilts her head in apprehension.
どうして今さらそんな質問を? 疑わしい人でも出てきたのか?
逆です。探偵同盟の皆さんと一緒に行動していると、自分の信念をしっかり持っている人たちばかりだって思えて、この中に八つ咲き校のようなシリアルキラーがいるだなんて、僕にはどうしても思えないんです。敵と味方とを見極めるよう社畜さんから忠告を受けましたけど、今の僕には全然わかりません。探偵失格なんでしょうか？
そんなことで悩んでいたのか。かわいいやつだな、君は。
Holmes motions as if she were patting me on the head. Aww, smiling as she continues to speak.
いいか？そもそも人間は敵と味方とで切り分けられるほど単純じゃないんだ。例えば、もし魔界探偵が本当は殺人鬼だったとしよう。その場合、君は今日彼に助けられたことも悪と断ずるのか?
Wait, did you just say Mystic's the killer? Oh man, we've got this all solved now. Time to arrest him.
いや、それは。
何を迷う? 殺人鬼ならば絶対的に君の敵なのか? どうなんだ?
殺人は許せませんけど、敵とは限らないと思います。まずはどんな事情があるのかを聞かないと判断できません。
I wonder if that means that at one point when we find out who the quartering duke is, if they're gonna have like an extremely sympathetic motivation, or like something that makes Watto sympathetic towards them, and I wonder if he'll end up agreeing.
そうだろ？善悪、敵味方の基準など、状況次第、目線次第でいくらでも変わりうるんだよ。
I mean, we know about the quartering duke killing a whole bunch of people. We don't actually know much about the victims. We know that there were the two in the beginning who seem to be like both end up being terrible people. We also know that Shibuya's friend was one of them.
社畜くんが下道探偵を疑うのはわかるが、だからといってワトくんまで仲間を疑ってかかる必要はない。君は君自身が信じたいと思った人を信じればいいさ。
Trust.
状況次第、目線次第か。
She's right. I don't know what happened between Workaholic and Renegade, so I can't make any judgments. And that's to say nothing of how much I still don't know about the other detectives. I should start talking to each one of them so I can get to know their personal lives, lives and personalities better.
他の探偵たちと話して彼らのことを知るか。君らしいグッドな判断だ。
Good
応援
though.
しているよ、ワト君。
心を読まないでくださいよ。
読みたくなくとも読んでしまうのだから仕方がないさ。私と君は半ば二心同体のような状態だからな。
That is true. But why can't I really read your thoughts unless you're always just talking your thoughts?
少なくともいついかなる時も私だけは君の味方だ。もっと信頼してくれると嬉しいな。
Believe in the me that believes in you.
ええ、もちろん信じていますよ、ホームズさん。
ホームズだと？
I hear a voice behind me and swivel around. Standing there is Mystic, a grim look upon his face. Yeah, you know, when he shouted and everyone came to his room, Mystic was like,
しまった、完全に気が抜けてた。
You know, I thought that he was just having conversations in his head. I didn't realize he was actually saying them out loud. The sudden interruption sends my heart racing. I shoot Holmes a glance for guidance, but...
いい機会だ。彼に私のことを話してみればいいんじゃないか。
Holmes giggles next to Mystic, as if this whole situation doesn't concern her in the least. What have I gotten myself into? She's like, hide it, but maybe not to some people.
みんなの様子を見に来たのだな。思わぬ収穫だな。全て正直に話してもらう。
You know, if there is one person to tell, maybe it would be the Mystic Detective with ghosts and whatnot. Mystic Detective begins to approach me. I wonder if he'll believe me if I just say I'm hallucinating like last night. Or maybe that I was thinking out loud? I don't know how I should spin this. Indifferent to my panicking, Mystic Detective steps up and poses one simple question to me.
お前はホームズの霊魂が見えているのか？
Maybe? My voice cracks at the unexpected accusation.
話の前に紅茶を入れよう。砂糖はいくつ欲しい？
2. Oh, 3. What?
一つで。
Okay. Split the difference. Mystic Detective prepares tea for 2, then seats himself on the sofa across from me. I initially thought of him as a gaudy, but looking at him now, he appears almost dignified. His actions in the trap room must have swayed me.
そう緊張するな。別に糾弾しようというわけじゃない。
そうそう、もっとリラックスするといい。緊張しいなのは君の悪い癖だぞ。
I want to blurt out that she's the reason I'm so tense, but I tamp it down before it leaves my throat. Holmes floats cheerfully about next to Mystic, relishing in the fact that only I can see her. I finally start to realize how much more childish she is than my first impression of her.
今、ホームズは私の隣にいるのか？
Can you sense her too?
どうして分かって？
Crap. Stupid me, I stepped right into that one. There's no explaining my way out of this anymore. Mystic studies me, chuckles wryly at what I assume is whatever stupid expression I'm wearing right now.
探偵のくせに感情が顔に出やすい男だな、お前は。まあ、そこがいいところなのだろうが。
I like how, from the last episode and this one as well, Mystic is really showing his experience in his way of detecting. He's got a cool head. He's able to, get people to do what would normally be... Well, I guess he's able to first reassure Watto, but he's also able to, like, I don't want to say manipulate, but also get him to spill the beans because he knows how to do that based off what he knows about Watto.
どうして僕がホームズさんを見えているって分かったんですか？もしかしてあなたにも霊が。
Nope.
いや、霊など見えないさ。見えればいいと思って訓練もしたが、そうやすやすと身につく能力じゃない。
Maybe he's worked on cases where people have claimed to see ghosts.
見抜けた理由は視線の動きだよ。お前は昨夜悲鳴を上げた時も、今こうして話している時も、私以外の誰かを視線で追っている。本当に幻覚が見えている時にはな、視界が歪んでピントなど合わせようもない。よって幻覚ではなく、明確なビジョンが見えているのだと判断したわけだ。
That's pretty cool, actually.
それじゃあもしかして他の皆さんにも嘘をついていたことがバレバレでしたか？
If they realize I can see Holmes, they might even catch on to my Denouement ability. If anyone finds out, you're certain to be eliminated, Watto. A chill runs through me as I recall Holmes' warning.
私以外には分からない程度の動きだったから安心しろ。そもそも分かったところで、霊を信じない他の者では真実にたどり着けないだろうしな。
Yeah, this would only be caught by Mystic because he actually believes in this stuff because it's part of his job.
ホームズの霊を視認していると察せられるのは私くらいなものだ。安心するといい。
Mystic laughs as if this is all no big deal. He's so quick to catch on that's actually frightening.
この状況で聞くのもあれなんですが、霊って実在するんでしょうか？
Okay, look at your ghost. Now back at me. Now back at your ghost.
おか
Yes.
しな質問だな。今こうして私の隣にホームズの霊が見えているのだろ
う。そうだぞ。見えているという現実をそろそろ素直に受け入れるんだ。
Holmes sides with Mystic to pressure me. He can't even see her, yet in a weird way, they're still ganging up on me. It just isn't fair.
確かに見えているし、声も聞こえているんです。でも、やっぱり不安になるんですよ。ホームズさんは僕の目の前で死んだのに、また会えるなんて、本当は全部僕の都合のいい妄想なんじゃないかって。
Oh no, not delusions.
寄せてくるんです。
We just finished that, not delusions.
ワト君。
う。なるほど。認知バイアスに陥っているのではないか不安なのだな。
認知バイアス？
難しい話ではない。今回の場合に当てはめるのならば、自分にとって好ましい結論を導き出すために、その結論へとつながる事実のみを集めてしまうことだと言えば分かりやすいな。
What was this called again? Cognitive bias? Ah.
お前はホームズとの再会を願っている。本音を言えば、今見えているホームズが本物だと信じたい。本物だという確証が欲しい。違うか？
合ってます。
It's just as Mystic says. I truly do hope that Holmes I see now is actually her. Every piece of evidence she provides makes me believe that she's the real Holmes, and that fills me with joy.
今僕が見えているホームズさんは本物だと思います。そう思える根拠もあります。だけどそういった根拠も全ては僕が都合よく捉えているだけなんじゃないかって自分が信じられないんですよ。
多くの人間は知らず知らずにバイアスをかけて物事を見ているものだ。無能探偵のように客観的に自分を見ようとする意志があるのなら平気だと思うがな。
Mystic sighs in a mild exasperation before patting me on the head.
仕方あるまい。この魔界探偵が直々にオカルトとの接し方を教えてやろう。
A lesson in the occult. Let's go.
オカルトとの接し方ですか？
You have your salt splash ready?
無能探偵よ。お前は吸血鬼や狼男が実在すると言われて信じられるか？
You have worked with werewolves before.
さすがにそんな化け物はちょっと実在するわけがないと思います。
そうだな。しかし吸血鬼も狼男も現実に現れ 殺人事件を引き起こしたんだ。
Mystic Detective operates his D-pad, calling up a collection of files. The case of the vampire, in which the bodies of young girls are found with their blood drained, or rather consumed. And the case of the lycanthrope, in which a renowned literary scholar body was found clawed to shreds in a quiet residential area. I know the name of both of these famous cases, and now I see a commonality between the two.
無能探偵、今見せた事件の共通点がわかるか？
You solved them.
どれも未解決の不可解な事件ですよね。ネット上でよく話題には上がりますけど、人間のものとは思えない犯行の手口から捜査は進展しなかったって読んだ覚えがあります。
ああ、だが実はどちらもすでに犯人は特定済みだよ。警察が事件の公表を避けているだけなんだ。
The mystic is not just BS.
そうなんですか？どうして警察は公表を避けるなんて真似を？
どちらの犯人もあまりにも得意な人間すぎるからだ。
And you see how many fanfics there are about vampires? Hell, everyone will want to be a vampire. You see how sexy Dio is?
吸血鬼事件の犯人、ルゴシ・カマラスは移植症と呼ばれる病気にかかっていて、女性の血液を食べることに思考性を感じる男だった。その犯行理由に思い至らなかった当時のハンガリー警察は今でもカマラスを逮捕できずにいる。未だに現地で語り継がれる汚点の一つだよ。
移植症ですか？そんな病気が実際にあるんですね。
極めて珍しいが実在する病気だよ。バラエティ番組で時折取り上げられる土や鉄を食べるびっくり人間などが分かりやすい例だな。原因は諸説あるが、カマラスの場合は赤血球の量が異常に多く、常に脱水症状に陥っていたことが原因らしい。水分と鉄分を渇望し、ついには殺人にまで手を染めるようになったそうだ。
So instead of actually being a vampire, they had a kind of unique body disposition that made it so that they needed more water and iron, and the best source for that was blood. That's
赤血球
interesting.
の量が多いということは、筋肉の持久力や回復力に長けているということでもある。そのため、常人では成し得ない動きで警察から逃れることができた。
Like trying to scientify the vampires.
映画や漫画のような話ですね。
ああ、しかし実際に起こった事件だ。カマラスはその上、犯行から今日まで10年以上もの間、行方をくらまし続けている。本当に恐ろしい男だよ。だが、私の解決した狼男事件の犯人、志崎美久はカマラスよりもさらに異常な人物だった。
I thought he solved both of them. Let me double check that real quick. So this guy was ranked number 7? 7, yeah. Yeah, case of just the lycanthrope. I think it's called lycanthrope, not lycanthropy or something.
吸血鬼よりもさらにって何をした人なんですか？
They transformed. Mystic clenches his fist, veins pulsing as he speaks.
自分の娘を都合のいい復讐の道具として育て上げたんだ。
自分の娘を復讐の道具に？どういうことですか？
Wait, she raises her own daughter? That's not... he's like very emotional about this. I wonder if it's going to be related to Miku Shizaki. I wonder if it's going to be related to Bookworm or maybe even himself. Like maybe that was his wife and their child.
転足という文化は知っているか？とある国では小さな足こそが理想とされ、足を小さくするために幼い頃から極端に小さな靴を履かされていたんだ。
That sounds painful.
それなら聞いたことがありますよ。骨格の成長が阻まれて異常に小さな足が出来上がるんですよね。
It's difficult to imagine now, but apparently the custom was seen as quite ordinary in this country where small feet were so idolized. In the same vein, many women suffer similarly torturous processes today, such as extreme dieting in pursuit of unrealistic beauty.
志崎は転足の要領で自分の娘を小さな箱に詰めて育てた。学校にも通わせず、ただ人を殺す技術だけを教え続けな
Into
が
a
らな。
box? Instructed how to kill?
信じられないほどわずかな隙間からでも家屋に侵入可能な世界一小さな殺人鬼を生み出したんだ。
That's messed up.
どうしてそんなひどいことを。同じ人間のやることとは思えませんよ。
詳細は伏せるが、誰でも持ち得るような嫉妬心が犯行理由だったよ。世の中には自分の破滅よりも他者の成功を嫌う者がいるんだ。
That is sad but true.
志崎の自宅から見つかった名もない娘は毛も爪も伸び放題でろくに言葉も通じない人間の形をしただけの野獣そのものだったよ。警察はこんな異常な真相を想像すらしていなかった。だから当時6歳だった被害者の娘が証言した狼男が殺したという目撃情報に誰も耳を貸さなかったんだ。
Oh, so they weren't actually a werewolf, but in this case, this child was raised in such a bizarre way that they end up becoming akin to a beast, and that's why they thought it was a werewolf.
だ
Yikes.
からこそ探偵同盟から派遣された私がその子の言葉を信じ事件を解決へと導いた。狼男の実在を視野に入れなければ決して解決不可能な事件だったよ。
That's actually really interesting. Even if whether or not the occult exists in this world, just the fact that he believes it, or the fact that he's willing to consider that possibility, has helped him solve cases, because it would have essentially thrown away possibilities that other more logical detectives would have considered, impossible. But there's some kind of possibilities in the impossible, and that's his methodology. That's actually kind of interesting.
被害者の娘さんも辛かったでしょうね。父の仇の目撃情報を信じてもらえなかったんですから。
そうだな。しかしお前が警察の立場なら娘の話を信じられたか。吸血鬼や狼男の犯行だと言われて素直に信じることができると思うか。
So is he saying, like, essentially choosing to believe it will be more beneficial than, or at least choosing to consider it will be more beneficial than not? And the ghost that's, following me, even if it may or may not actually be a ghost, just believing in it will be more beneficial to Watto than not?
それは
While there are obviously horrible stories, when I think back on my past experiences, I honestly can't criticize the police for their actions. Yeah, that's kind of outrageous. If I had known nothing about the occult and only read about these cases, I would likely brush them off without ever knowing the insane reality.
思うところがあったようだな。
Mystic gives a pained smile, as though he's peering right into my very soul.
だが自分を責めなくともいい。多くのもつい今しがた私が吸血鬼や狼男について尋ねた時、お前が否定してみせたようにな。
Yeah, as most people scoff at the mere mention of the occult, which I think is quite natural. I can't object at all. I'm no different from anyone else who'd immediately dismiss the occult. And that's exactly how I'm treating the phenomena happening to me right now too.
僕はもしかしたら今の自分の状況もありえないオカルトだと思って笑っていたのかもしれませんね。
Originally I thought like Watto thought. I thought Mystic was gonna be really goofy, but honestly, the way he's thinking is not necessarily wrong. I think it's actually really cool.
自分一人しか信じられる者がいないとそうなって当たり前だ。無能探偵、私でよければ死後のホームズが見えているという事実を信じよう。お前のように愚直な男は好みだからな。
Wow, huh? Yeah, he's right. It's only natural to feel like alone or think that you're crazy if no one else believes you, but by having someone else, you can believe in the me that believes in you. Yeah.
ありがとうございます。とても心強いです。
I take Mystic's outstretched palm and exchange a firm handshake with him. It feels as if a burden I've been shouldering all by myself has finally been removed.
今説明した通り、世の中にはオカルトとしか思えないような事件が5万と存在する。その時に常識にとらわれていては真実を見極められなくなるんだ。だから私はいくら滑稽だと笑われようともオカルトの実在を信じ、あらゆる可能性を模索する。それは魔界探偵である私にしかできない役割だからな。
Dude, I'm like shaking my chair now. This guy is so cool! He's so cool! I see no traces of gloom on Mystic's smile. The man before me, like Holmes, is another top-notch detective willing to become a martyr for what he believes in.
ホームズさんにも同じことを言われました。可能性を一つ一つ潰していき、最後に残った可能性は事実なんだって。
それは私が奴に教えた言葉じゃないか。へそ曲がりの少女が偉くなったものだな。
More of his experience showing he's actually helped cultivate the next generation. Oh, he's so cool!
魔界探偵ね、余計なことを。
I'll get you. Oh, I'm kind of surprised she's remained silent this entire time. Holmes, who had been floating lazily in the air, shoots down towards Mystic. Of course, Mystic is entirely unperturbed, since he can't actually see her.
魔界
Or
さん
hear
は
her.
ホームズさんと仲が良かったんですか？
奴を主軸として探偵同盟が創立した際に仲間に誘われてな。いわゆる創立メンバーというやつだ。
The detective alliance was established with her at its core, instead of Vidocq? I thought it was mainly Vidocq and Senior, but I guess there are many more members, including Ideal. But Ideal would have been like... How old are we? I don't know how old we are. I'm assuming we're like maybe in our late teens. Because I think they mentioned that we were in high school. But that means that she would have been like 8. Maybe?
魔界さんが創立メンバー？それにホームズさんが組織の中心って。
おっと、話していなかったのか。秘密主義も度が過ぎると身を滅ぼすと何度も伝えていたんだがな。許してやってくれ。悪気はないんだが、あいつは昔から何でも一人で抱え込みがちでな。体を壊すこともしょっちゅうだったよ。その努力が実って名実ともに探偵同盟のリーダーになったわけだが、私にとっては今でも泣き虫な小娘さ。
I love that, like he said, she'll always be a little crybaby. And she's like, oh, you take that back, I'll get you. Look at her face.
おい、くだらない昔話などやめろ。ワト君に失望されたらどうするんだ。
My image of you was already destroyed when you were gonna follow me to the shower. Holmes swings her fist in quick succession, failing to strike Mystic each and every time. Aww. It's cute to see her react in a way that matches her age, in lieu of her usual cool self. Though I can't really picture Holmes as being a crybaby.
今頃あいつは私に拳を振るっているんじゃないか。
You nailed it.
ええ、その通りです。
すぐに手が出るのは昔から変わらないな。私もあいつにもう一度会いたいものだよ。
He really is the daddy of the group. Aww. Oh man. So, I mentioned that I feel like someone's gonna die soon. And currently I have a few victims in mind. Because certain characters have gotten a little bit more development than others. I think the 3 characters I have in mind that may or may die in like either this chapter or the upcoming chapters. I think maybe this chapter is either Techie because he's too technically useful. He's set up all the cameras and has access to them. Maybe Workaholic because we saw a lot of him arguing with Renegade and just a whole lot of beef. We got a lot of Workaholic in the last episode. And the last one now is Mystic since we're sharing such a close moment with him. And so far, the major characters that were close to Watto have not done well. I think the characters closest to Watto at the moment are probably Mystic, Armor, and Doleful. But right now we're getting a lot of Mystic, so I'm a little concerned. Holmes drops her fist, turning to face me, a hint of tears glint in her eyes.
ワト君、魔界探偵にこう伝えてくれるか？
Even though I'm the only one who can hear her, Holmes drifts close to my ear and whispers gently into my ears.
ホームズさんが魔界さんに言いたいことがあると。
理想探偵が私に？一体何と？
吸血鬼事件を解決できずすまない。私の意志はすべてこの彼に引き継ぐよと。
バカめ。最後の最後まで人のことばかり考えるな。
I wonder if the case of the vampire, are they actually gonna be in this mansion? Is it gonna be related? There's no way. I mean, the case from 10 years ago is related, obviously, from the machine. But now, the fact that she brought that up makes me think that it might be related.
聞け、ホームズ。まだ成仏するなよ。お前を殺した犯人は、私と無能探偵とで必ず挙げてみせる。その瞬間をしかと見届けるんだ。
I can feel the death flag. Oh, no.
ああ、見届けてやるさ。だから、お前は長生きしろよ。
Oh my god, the death flags, man. The death flags. Mystic can't see Holmes, and yet they seem to look right into each other's eyes as they exchange words. I notice my drink is nearly empty. The hour is growing late. I really should finish my tea and rest up for tomorrow. But when I raise the cup to my lips...
そうだ、無能探偵。もしかしてお前は未来を予知することがあるんじゃないか？
I spit my tea out at the unexpected question.
その反応、やはりそうか。予想通りだよ。
どうしてわかったんですか？もしかしてそれも視線で？
You didn't even have to look. You just literally spit your stuff out.
いや、今日罠部屋で飛脚探偵を救ってみせただろう。気づいたきっかけはあの行動だよ。
Right, I meant to actually mention that, but the fact that he saved Doleful from the spikes and no one else questioned it was like really questioning for me. I was like, huh, why didn't anyone pick that out? Why didn't anyone say like, how did you know the spikes were there? No one actually asked that, but I guess he did notice.
ホームズも予測を得意としていたから、もしかしたらと思ったんだ。まあ、その浮かない顔を見る限り、全然扱いきれてはいないのだろうがな。
God damn it, he's totally gonna die this chapter.
実はその通りなんです。
He saw right through me. Holmes said that I can't let my enemies learn about this power. Thankfully, it's only Mystic, but I need to be more careful. I mean, hopefully no one else is, listening into the room, but we have the tablet right here. We can technically look.
今日飛脚くんを救えたのも完全に偶然で、どうすればこの力を扱えるのか悩んでいるんです。
ホームズは何と？
原理などどうでもいいと。
さすがだな。原理がわからなければ使いこなせないというのに困った娘だ。
しっけえな。原理など知らずとも私は使いこなせていたぞ。ワト君だって使いこなせるはずだ。
Holmes pursed her lips in protest, while Mystic Detective lets out a labored sigh. Needless to say, her words don't reach him.
これだから感覚派の天才は困るな。今後のためにも少しばかり原理について私も考えてみよう。よければ今まで経験した話を聞かせてもらえるか。
I really hope he's not evil, but it's just he's setting up so many flags. I can't tell which direction they're gonna go.
時間は平気ですか？
安心しろ。私は夜型だ。なんせ魔界の探偵だからな。
That's true.
何ですかそれ。
Mystic brews us another pot of tea. We discuss the Denouement ability I inherited from Holmes and my newfound powers of precognition.
なぜ予知ができるのか理屈を考えてみるぞ。
Because we have access to Ideal's brain?
超能力ですし、理屈なんて通らないんじゃ。
それは違うぞ。たとえ超能力や魔法であっても理屈は存在する。
Have you not been listening to him? His entire thing is learning to believe in the supernatural, to try to understand how it came to being.
ゲームの魔法を唱えるにも MP が必要であったり、属性や系統が決められていたりするだろう。たとえオカルトであっても、あらゆる物事に一定のルールが存在するんだ。
Man, do you ever get tired? Do you want to put your hand down?
ほうけた顔をしてどうしたんだ？
Did I miss anything? Oh, I just had a hmm.
いや、魔界さんもゲームとかするんだなって。
What are you talking about? I'm hip with all the kids. Of course I'm a gamer. Have you heard of this Fortnite?
舐めてもらっては困るな。初代リュウクエを発売日に買った男だぞ、私は。
I don't know what Ryukyue is. I think I may have heard about that game before, but wouldn't that be like from like the 80s or something?
まあそれはさておきだ。いくら予知能力といえども、根拠を抜きに予知できるわけがない。今日予知をした時に何か特別なことが起きなかったか？
Headache?
そういえば、ヒギャフ君の姿を見た瞬間に頭の中でパチンって音が鳴った気がします。それと視界が明滅しました。
ビンゴだ。ならお前の能力は視覚情報に紐づき、脳が何らかの働きをしていると考えられる。その線で可能性を探ってみよう。
Visual train of thought. Mystic is willing to believe me no matter what I say. I want to discuss my precognitive abilities with someone, anyone, but I didn't expect to find such a supportive ally. It's reassuring, to say the least. I'm grateful from the bottom of my heart that I'm able to speak to Mystic about this.
楽しそうだな、ワトくん。ちょっと焼けてしまうほどだよ。
はい、楽しいです。あやふやだった謎が輪郭を帯びていくみたいで、ワクワクします。
I mean, I was kind of wondering why Ideal was like, yeah, just talk to him after saying, you must not share this ability with anyone. But it seems like Mystic is one of the people she really, really trusts because they both founded the organization and they both have a lot of experience together. Hell, maybe even he was like a father figure to her since he shared his wisdom with her.
その意気だ。君は着実に真実へと近づいているよ。そう。君が全てを理解した時こそ、私は。
No, she's gonna disappear once we're a competent detective.
今なんて？
独り言さ。気にしないでくれ。
They keep doing this. From there, my conversation with Mystic continues all the way until dawn. Aw, crap, you should have gotten sleep. Uh-oh.
あれ、ここ。
I realize I'm in a world of pure white. It leaves me in a daze for a moment, but the bizarreness of it all gradually keys me in. I'm in a dream.
今回はすぐに夢だと気づけたみたいだな、ワト君。
Well, good job here. Holmes is suddenly right behind me. This abruptness strikes me as fitting for a dream. Sensing that I've accepted the situation, Holmes keeps talking as she walks around the area.
さて、問題だ。魔界探偵との話し合いで、君が目覚めた能力、エンドシーイングはどんな力だと結論付けた？
He called it an end scene, huh? She's referring to what happened before I fell asleep. I rack my brain, trying to recollect my conversation with Mystic. It starts coming back to me in bits and pieces.
そうだ。エンドシーイングは正確に言えば未来を予知する力ではなく、全てを見通す力。
To see through everything instead of future sight?
視覚情報に起因するものだって魔界さんが口にしていました。
Visual feedback. So is it like the intake of data in your mind just processing it? Like Laplace's demon that I mentioned before?
ああ、ビンゴだよ。人間の脳は本来、視界に映った全てを記憶していて、ただ思い出せないだけだと言われている。実際、今回のメンバーの中にも、見たものを完全に記憶することに長けた文学君もいるしな。視覚情報に対する人間の記憶力は、私たちの想像をはるかに上回っているんだよ。
Man, we have all these abilities that we can't even use. Why are we nerfed like this? That flawless recollection of everything she's ever seen is the cause of Bookworth's suffering. Oh, right. Yeah, never mind. Now I realize why she was so glum about using her ability while we set up the cameras. it hurts to think back on how high my spirits were then. Being unable to forget a single thing must be far more taxing than I can imagine.
さて、本題へと入ろう。見たものすべてを記憶できるなら、視覚を最大限に研ぎ澄ませば、より深い情報を記録することができるだろう。では、単純な映像の情報だけでなく、物の動きや微細な事情、果ては私のような残留思念まで世界のあらゆるものを見ることができた場合、何が起こると思う？
You know, I thought we were gonna get a CG in this dream world, but no, it was like this.
何が起こるって。
Your brain processes all the information you get.
君も体験した通り、未来がわかるんだよ。それこそがエンドシーイングによる未来予知の正体なのさ。
Okay, so they're trying to unmystify the mystic, just like Mystic Detective said. So it's not a supernatural power, but it is one that puts your brain into overdrive, something that can be explained through science, even if it still is an anomaly. By knowing everything, you can predict the future. I think I've heard something like that before.
それって確か
Ah!
ラプラスの魔でしたっけ？
I knew it. They brought it up.
よく学んでいるな。理屈は同じだよ。結果には必ず因果がある。故に因果をすべて把握すれば、逆説的に結果を導き出すことができるというわけさ。
じゃあ目に映るものを注意深く見ていけば。
ああ、自然と未来が見えるようになるというわけさ。魔界探偵と君の話を聞いているうちに、私の中でも結論が出たよ。研ぎ澄まされた視覚による因果の把握こそがエンドシーイングの本質であり、君が私を視認できる理由でもある。
Wait, so that means that I mean, I guess there is supernatural. We have a ghost right next to us, but does that mean we naturally have her ability instead of us having our minds linked? Because it seems like she's saying that our Wato's sense was already extraordinary to the point where his mind is able to do it on his own. I originally thought it was because our mind linked and like we were able to essentially use Ideal's mind and use her ability, but no, I think this is all Wato.
いわば君は全てを見通す目を手に入れたんだ。
Kamigami no Gigan from Kekai Sensen. Let's go! My body shivers at her words. Her explanation drives me home how amazing this power really is. However, it also raises a question.
これまでは理屈なんてどうでもいいと言っていたのに、どうして急に理屈の説明を？
So now you can use it?
嫌だったんだよ。
え？
Holmes' cheeks flush, a tinge of embarrassment in her voice.
君に頼りないって思われたくなかったんだ。
Oh, she wanted to be like, yeah, I solved all those things because I was good, not because of this ability I have. Yeah!
これからは魔界探偵よりも私を頼れ。私は探偵同盟の序列に理想探偵だ。
Yeah,
わから
baka.
ないことなど何もないのだからな。
I must be dreaming. Well, I mean, I am dreaming. But it's all just a bit too convenient. Would the real Holmes actually speak this brashly? I'm taken aback by her out-of-the-blue response, unable to formulate a reply. My face feels hot, like burning lava. I must be as red or even worse than Holmes right now. Just thinking about it is so mortifying that my skin is about to erupt. We stare into each other in total silence, our faces glowing rosily.
ホームズさん、聞きたいことが。
I speak out, unable to handle any more of this. That's right. I still haven't confirmed whether she really is Saika or not. If I don't ask now, I may never have another chance. I don't want to lose contact without ever bringing it up. This is a dream, so I trust my chances, find my courage, and voice my thoughts.
ホームズさん、あなたは本当に10年前。
God damn it, we're cut off.
止めんじゃねえバカ野郎。
God damn it, Rowdy, we're so close! It's morning. I leap upright, awakened by a sudden angry voice. Apparently, I fell asleep on the sofa. I must have passed out while conversing with Mystic, upon which he covered me with a blanket.
すみません、魔界さん。
It pains me the way I was nothing but a burden yesterday, but I don't want people babysitting me. I need to shape up and be a real detective. And then there's that dream I just had.
結局、ホームズさんに聞けなかったな。
You should keep the words to yourself again. I thumped my chest lightly, determined to work up enough courage to ask next time. Actually, wait, what did Rowdy say again? Don't try and stop me, you slack-jawed palooka. Oh yeah, something happened. Okay. I think Mystic might have bit the bullet. I just feel like he was too reliable, and they have to take that away from us. And this indicates that something has happened. Rowdy's extremely angry, and someone's holding her back. Enough about my denouement and visual feedback or whatever. I need to stop acting like a coward and be brave when it matters the most. This is no time to be down on myself. Angry voices clamor in my periphery as I space out. It sounds like things are getting heated. I need to see what's going on fast. Okay, what happened? So it's not going to be Shibuya, Rowdy, or Armor. Oh, I keep calling her Shibuya. Downtown dashes to the entrance hall, pulling me along by the hand. Oh, okay, no, never mind. They're not angry about that. They're trying to take out the killing machine, and it seems like Rowdy and Armor might be on the same side since they're both facing overworked. I called him overworked. Oh, it's workaholic. That's what it was. I keep getting that confused.
落ち着きだよ、二人とも。今はとにかく冷静に、ね。
仲間がやられるかもしれねえんだぞ。冷静でいられるかよ。
Armor and Rowdy crowd around Workaholic in front of the door. Their menacing posture makes them look ready to pounce. What's with all the commotion about? The words Rowdy blurted stick out to me in particular.
仲間がやられるかもしれないってどういうこと？
無能殿。
無能の兄さん。ちょうどいいところに来た。この頭でっかちに何とか言ってやってくれよ。
First tell me what's going on. Rowdy approaches me while holding one of the flower vases on display all over the mansion.
この花瓶に見覚えがあるだろ。妙な点に気づかねえかい？
I mean, you can see some in the background, but they don't look notable.
どの部屋にも飾られている花瓶でしょ？見た限りおかしなところはないけど、どうかしたの？
どうかしたってレベルじゃねえよ。
I literally just woke up. Can you please just tell me what's happening?
なんとこの花瓶には中に猛毒が仕込まれていたのだ。それも常温で揮発し、部屋へと満ちていく毒がな。
Oh, one that turns into vapor at room temperature? Oh god. What the? It's in every room too. Oh wait, we did have that denouement in the beginning when we first got it, where we saw Shibuya or downtown surrounded by what seemed to be gas, but we don't really know the context of it.
じゃあこのまま止まり続けていたら。
ええ、全員死んでしまうところでした。僕の鑑識遊具ペロペロ君で調べていなければ危ういところでしたよ。
Sniffy Whiffy!
君が気づいてくれたの？
今朝の調査中に偶然ペロペロ君が反応してくれたんです。調べた結果、研究棟の職員殺害に使用された毒と同種であることが確認できました。
Ah, I see. Yeah, that does kill people. I've experienced it.
僕らを閉じ込めた目的は洋館を毒で満たして全員毒殺すること？
可能性は考えられるね。もちろん犯人だけは何らかの手段で助かる術を持っているんだろうけど。
どうしてわざわざそんな面倒な真似を？
They killed 22 people at the same time in just a research facility. The culprit could just as easily do the same with us if they wanted to. It doesn't add up. Maybe they're just looking to make us panic rather than wipe us out.
社畜さんと今後の対策を練ろうと食堂で話していたのですが、この二人にも聞かれてしまって。
安心しろ。俺が必ずあの黒いのをぶっ壊してやる。
ぶっ壊すって、みんなで一緒に戦っても時間稼ぎが精一杯だったのを忘れたの？無謀すぎるよ。
あの時とは違うぜ。 俺はこの2日間で体の調子を最高潮まで持
2
っていった。
days. I'm roided
今の
now.
俺なら黒いのにも負けやしねえ。
右に同じである。科学殿にメンテナンスもしてもらって我が鎧は万全。憎き漆黒のからくり兵器に怒りの鉄拳を食らわすことが可能だ。
落ち着こう二人とも。この2日間何も進展がなくて苛立つのはわかる。でも今ここで早まれば台無しだよ。追い込まれた時こそ冷静な判断が重要となるんだ。
社畜さんの言う通りだよ。ホームズさんが自らを犠牲にしてまで守った命を再び危険にさらすつもり。
Rowdy flinches, but her expression turns spirited once again as she sinks to her knees, touching her head on the floor.
頼む、俺を信じてくれ。推理では役に立てないかもしれねえが、この拳でならみんなの役に立てるんだよ。
我々はこの武力を使ってみんなの役に立ちたいのだ。
I don't know. I don't think this will work. Armor follows Rowdy's lead, falling to his knees and bowing before beseeching us in a piteous tone.
ヤマト殿も我も自分の武力を信じながらも理想殿を救えなかった。仲間が殺されかねない状況でこれ以上黙って見ていることなどできないのである。
ヤマトさん、武装さん。
I get where the two are coming from. Their areas of expertise don't contribute much to our search for the hidden passage. They were already frustrated, and now there are these poison vases that could have killed their fellow detectives. No wonder they're still wound up. I've been totally useless too, so I know how they feel. Seeing as I'm the only one in their shoes, it's up to me to dissuade them.
二人を納得させられる方法は何かないかな。
こんな時こそエンドシーイングの出番なんじゃないか。
Alright, give me a second, I'm just gonna look into the future.
こんな状況でどうやって。
I whisper out as Holmes appears beside me. She then begins to explain, her face gentle and mild. Oh, you can see whether or not they'd win?
夢の中で解説した通り、エンドシーイングは十分な視覚情報を得ることでこの先で起こる悲劇を予知できる。
Now, show me the extent of your abilities.
確認したい悲劇があるなら必要な情報を視認さえすれば意識的に予知することが可能なんだよ。
Being able to use this power like manually seems kind of cool.
武装君とヤマト君が例の黒いメカに挑めば死ぬことは明白だろ。どんな結末をたどるのか確かめてみればいいじゃないか。
二人の死を予知しろって言うんですか。
I respond on instinct, taken aback by how blithely she made her grim suggestion. Obviously, I'm hesitant to foresee the demise of my friends.
よくわかったろ。みんな二人がこのままでは返り討ちにあって死ぬことを察しているが説得ができずに困っている。たとえ未来が分かっていても運命を変えられなければ意味がない。そしてそれこそが何より難しい。このままでは本当に二人が殺されてしまうぞ。死を避けるためには未来で起こる脅威の恐ろしさを君が証明するほかないんだ。
I still don't know how to do that.
ないのか。
Just gotta do it. Obviously, I would never want to picture my friends dying, but right now, it's the only way to stop these two reckless detectives. The Denouement grants me the power to see all. I focus my vision, scrutinizing the two people whose future I need to glean.
無能だ。
Staring at them.
俺たちをまじまじと見つめやがってどうしたんだよ。
いや、実は、そう、ホームズさんに教わったシュミレートという技を使って、武装さんとヤマトさんが戦って勝てるかどうか確かめようと思って。
Technically not a lie.
チョコレート？てめえ、いきなりお菓子でも作る気かよ。
Where did you get the swim Malaysian technique?
いや、シミュレートね。
Oh.
つまりあんたらバカ二人が戦った場合の展開を頭の中で再現してみようってことっしょ。違う？無能先輩。
正解だよ、渋谷さん。まだ全然使いこなせないけど、少しは扱えるようになってきてね。ほら、昨日罠部屋で飛脚くんを助けられたでしょ。あれもこのシミュレートのおかげなんだ。
ああ、マジのやつじゃん。無能先輩が先に動けてなかったら飛脚ちゃん串刺しだったもんね。
I guess we're basically outright telling them that we have something similar to Future Sight, even though we have Future Sight.
マジかよ。
Rowdy reluctantly backs down after Downtown's anecdote. Thank goodness. I made that lie up on the fly, but thanks to her, it all worked out. Technically not a lie.
よし。この調子で、ヤマトさんたちの暴走を止めよう。
I refocus my vision on the two of them. In order to see what happens in the future, I need to observe them intently, discerning the cause that will lead to the outcome. Can these two even battle that thing on equal ground? At first glance, they appear to be in perfect fighting shape, like they claimed. Things would surely go better than when we got ambushed last time.
もしかしたら本当に、二人ならあの黒いメカを倒せるんじゃ。
Just as I contemplate this, a switch flips inside my head with an audible click. Then the manner unfolds in my field of vision. And they're dead. In a split second, my vision is soaked in blood. My head burns in pain to the point where I can no longer stand. I totter before involuntarily sinking to my knees. And then... the world reverts back to the entrance hall.
無能殿、どうしたのだ。
おいおい、何か悪い結果でもシルエットしちまったのか。
考えられる限り、最悪の結果が見えたよ。
I press my hand to my forehead, which feels as hot as a tea kettle, and stand up, ready to tell them the facts of the matter.
武装さんとヤマトさんは、やはり外へ出ていくべきじゃない。シミュレートした結果、今挑んだところで、必ず返り討ちに遭うことが分かったからね。
なんだとこら！
聞いて、二人とも。
Rowdy grabs me, but I push her back and continue speaking.
あの黒いメカは、落石の衝撃でも傷つかなかったでしょ。肉弾戦じゃ絶対に勝てない。決定打にはならないんだよ。
そんなこと分かってろ。だから武装の旦那には盾になってもらって、俺がその間に弱点を探すんだよ。
我の鎧は先の戦いで斬撃を受けても傷つかなかったのだ。時間を稼ぐことは十分できるのである。
武装さん、斬撃を受けた場所をかばっているよね。
Armor recoils, completely caught off guard by my remark.
今まで気づけずにごめんなさい。武装さん、今でも痛みが引いてないんじゃない？時間を稼ぐとなると、先の戦いとは比べ物にならない数の斬撃をその身に受けることになるよ。それでも、
それ
は... Armor hangs his head in defeat. He knows exactly what will happen if he goes ahead with this plan. Besides, in my vision in the future, he was dead and drenched in blood despite being covered up from head to toe. I was actually thinking that, so I guess they got his weak spots instead.
話が違うじゃねえかよ、武装の旦那。いくら斬撃を食らっても平気じゃなかったのかよ。
衝撃は鎧の中まで伝わる。たとえ鎧が壊れなくたって、それをまとう人まで平気だとは限らない。あなたは初めから死ぬ覚悟で外に出ようとしていた。違うかな、武装さん。
After a long silence, Armor speaks up in a halting voice.
その通りだ。我はこの命を賭して突破口を開く所存であった。
なんだよそりゃ。そんなの俺が納得できるわけねえだろ。
You know what? I'll like this. I was like, how are you just gonna tell them they're gonna lose? Like, tell them how they're gonna lose? They're just gonna be like, oh, we'll work around that. But no, he notices that Armor is not going to perform well because he's already injured. He hasn't fully recovered. He still takes damage despite being armored, and that big thing is what's going to crack this. This is what's gonna mess up this operation. So they can't do this, or else they're both gonna die. And now they both know that.
ヤマト殿が納得するわけがない。だから言わなかったのだ。
仲間を犠牲にする作戦なんて立てるんじゃねえよ、この大バカ野郎。
それはあなたが言えた言葉じゃないでしょ。
I turn to see Gourmet looking unusually upset. Downtown stands next to her, sticking her tongue out with a cheeky grin. I got Mom. She's gonna yell at little sis. She must have gone and called Gourmet over. That girl really is a clever one.
ヤマトちゃんだって命がけで戦おうとしていたというじゃない。武装ちゃんを責められる立場じゃないわ。
いや、そりゃあんた、俺のはあれだ。かつ目算があったというか、なんというか。
Yeah, I'd win.
でもそれ以上に死ぬ可能性もあったのでしょ。仲間を危険にさらすような作戦を私たちが認められるわけないじゃない。
怒られてやんの。やーい。
うるせえな。余計なおせっかい焼きやがって。
それはこっちのセリフだっつーの。役立たずだからって命がけで特攻って何？それでうちらが喜ぶと思ってんの？
Aw, slap! Downtown walks up to Rowdy and flicks her on the nose.
いい？うちらは探偵同盟。うちら全員揃って一つのチームなの。全員で生き残る方法を最後まで考えなきゃダメに決まってるでしょうが。つうか、役立たずだって言うならうちも同じだわ。一人じゃ何もできないコミュニケーション推理の使い手をなめんなよ、こんちくしょう。
Don't do me dirty like that, biatch!
それと、そこのバカ野郎。
である？
怪我したならちゃんと怪我したって言えよ。ちょっとした怪我でも毒とかばい菌とかで死ぬこともあるんだからね。
心配をかけてすまない。
はあ？心配とかするわけないじゃん。色物枠が調子乗らないでね。
That's right, you're here for comic relief, but don't worry, I still love you.
肝心な時に足を引っ張られるからやめろって言ってんの。あんたみんなを守りたいんでしょ。自分のことも大切にできない奴が周りを守れるとか思ってるわけ？ヤマトちゃんもバカ野郎もバカなことは考えずに頭のいい探偵たちの指示に従うこと。それが役立たずなうちらの役割なんだからね。
Well,
わかった？
I think she checkmated them.
はい。
Rowdy and Armor replies in unison, brought to shame by Downtown's tirade.
怒らせたら一番怖いのは渋谷さんかもしれないね。
You got them. Checkmate.
ですね。
Workaholic and I exchange sheepish grins.
それにしても、先ほどのシミュレートはすごかったですね。どうしてそんな特技があるのに披露してくれなかったんですか？
I found out about it recently.
ああ、私もあれには感心したよ。
I wonder if they're gonna be like, whoa, that was almost like ideals.
武装君が負傷を隠していたことも見事に見抜いてみせたけど、その鋭い観察眼もリーダーからも期待されていたのかい？
いや、そんな大したことじゃ。
My reply comes out awkwardly, but I still break out into a grin despite myself. I've never been praised like this before, but what makes me feel even more happy is that this is the first time I willingly use my denouement. I think I've gotten the hang of activating it on command now. It's just like Holmes said in my dreams, my vision is a key. I can see the future by focusing out on the necessary information all around me. And I've noticed something else too.
ちょっと着替えたいので自室に戻りますね。
Oh, did he see another vision? Oh. The moment I say this, I begin walking towards my sleeping quarters. Oh, this was really sudden. Whoa, what happened? I passed through the hall, and as soon as I enter the door, I thrust my face into a trash can. Oh, it makes him vomit. He saw his friends' dead bodies. Just then, the contents of my stomach come out, spilling out. Dun, dun, dun. This is awful. My entire body is trembling. Just opening my eyes is enough to make me queasy. It's a disgusting feeling, like someone's grabbing my brain and swirling it around. What's happening to me?
言い忘れていたが、エンドシーイングは尋常じゃないほど脳に負荷がかかるぞ。自発的に行うものなら、しばらくまともに立てなくなるから、気をつけた方がいい。
I wish you told me this earlier.
言うのが遅すぎますよ。
KO. I can't take the pain in my skull as I collapse straight into my bed. Okay, wow. Oh, my eyes snap open at the sound of knocking, nearly groaning from the lingering pain in my head. I stand up and walk to the door. Upon opening the door, I see Armor standing before me.
無能殿、具合は大丈夫であるか？
Yeah, don't look in my trash can.
ああ、うん。ごめんね、心配かけて。昨日、魔界さんと一緒に夜遅くまで話して寝不足なだけだから、気にしないでよ。
そうか。なら安心したのである。今朝の一件ではまた助けられたな。
Oh, right, they can see. They probably know he's sick because they can see his room through the monitors.
迷惑ばかりかけて、誠に申し訳ない。
Meseems I am but a burden to you. Armor bows his head. Even through his helmet, I can tell how sincerely sorry he feels. I can tell it from his eye slits. Though he often acts without thinking, it's always for the sake of others. I can't find it in myself to fault him for that.
気にしないでよ。武装さんが僕らのことを思って行動してくれたこと、みんなにも伝わっているから。
我はそんな大層な男ではないのだ。
Oh, some deep, dank armor lore!
いや、こちらの話である。リビングで監視カメラの映像を見ながら食事でもどうだ？
監視カメラを？またどうして？
いや、本音を言うと、我は電子科学の類に疎く、操作ができないから教えてほしいのだ。
Sorry, I can't operate objects that are beyond the medieval ages. Please assist me.
なんだ、それくらいなら朝飯前だよ。まあ、もうお昼だけど。でもその前に、2階でシャワーだけ浴びてきていいかな。寝汗がひどくて気持ち悪くて。
了解である。では我はその間に食堂からリビングへ食事を運んでおこう。今朝魔界殿が作ってくれたブリティッシュサンドが残っているから、それを昼食にするのだ。
Okay, doesn't seem like anyone's dead yet, and we just confirmed Mystic's life. Okay, I'm glad.
昨日も作ってくれたやつだね。本当に美味しかったし楽しみだよ。
Wait, the poison is still in the vases. What do we do? I step out with a change of clothes, leaving Armor at the entrance hall as I head to the second floor. Wait, did you not sleep in your room? Or, like, I enter the shower still half asleep, but the warm water wakes me up. As I wash myself, the pain in my head dissipates in the heat. Since I react this strongly to using my denouement just once, I'm going to want to be extra careful about when and where I pull it out. I can't just go around predicting things left and right until I'm out of commission for half a day. I have to save it for when it's needed. We just see Ideal in the corner. It's like, I see everything. You can't hide from me. Freshly changed, I exit the bathroom, only to run face first into downtown. Oh, no. Sorry. I thought this was gonna be like a hotel where everyone in the room will have like their own bathroom, but no, he's using like the residential or communal bathroom in order to take a shower. I must have startled her quite a bit, the way she jerks back away from me, and it makes me feel a little bad actually.
ごめん、渋谷さん、大丈夫？
あ、こっちこそごめん。ちょっとぼーっとしててさ、監視カメラにずっと寝込んでる姿が映ってたから心配だったけど、元気になったんだね。安心したよ。
I think that's how it is, or maybe she was just at his door because she's curious.
ありがとう。今からリビングで武装さんとご飯を食べるんだけど、一緒にどうかな？
ああ、お誘いはありがたいんだけど、後で行くよ。
What are you doing?
何か用事でもあるの？
このニブチン、あんたの後ろの扉に何があるか考えてみて。
The door behind you goes? The bathroom. Oh, okay. After a moment, I realize this room doesn't have just a shower, but a toilet too. So if I'm in her way, that means... Oh!
ごめん！先にリビングへ行って待ってるよ！
バカ。
I bow an apology over and over before downtown to presumably take care of business. Now I think about it, there really is only one reason why I bumped into her here. She was right to call me a dipstick. A dipstick? I decided to apologize again once downtown joined us in the living room.
武装さん？
Uh-oh. I chance upon Armor at the entrance hall. But I thought he was bringing our lunch to the living room. Did something happen?
ここで待っててくれたの？リビングにいてくれてよかったのに。
It is no longer the living room. Someone's dead.
無能殿、実は大変なことが起きたのである。
大変なこと？それは一体。
とにかく我と一緒に食堂へ来てくれ。きっと探偵同盟史上最悪の展開なのだ。
You could just tell us right now. Oh.
これって。
Huh. Someone messed with the food. Why would they do that?
そう、ブリティッシュサンドが奪われたのである。
いや、ブリティッシュサンドだけじゃないでしょう。
The fridge has been completely ransacked, leaving all the food in total disarray. At first glance, it seems like nothing edible is left. Did the culprit only just now decide to starve us? Trying to unravel their thought process here has me baffled.
無能殿、我はどうすればよいのだ。他の探偵に連絡すべきかもわからず、お主を待ってしまったのである。
え、どうして僕が？
My voice jumps against my wishes. I rank far lower than armor and have no experience as a detective, plus zero confidence as a leader.
信頼してもらえるのは嬉しいけど、指示なんて出せないよ。
What are you talking about? You gave directions the entire first case.
今朝は見事な洞察力で我を止めてくれたではないか。無能殿ならばきっと我を正しく導いてくれると信じているのである。
Armor gives me a pleading look. There's no way I can say no to that. What do I do?
信頼には応えてあげるのが探偵というものだよ、マト君。
Holmes materializes next to Armor, looking very much like she is enjoying herself. She may be right, but I can't know what I don't know. What answer could I give to reassure him?
別に分からなくてもいいんだよ。分からないなら素直に分からないと言えばいいんだ。幸い君たち以外にも探偵は大勢いる。自分なりに考えてみてできることからこなしていこう。
Right, I may not be deserving of this trust, but there are plenty of others here who are. Holmes' gentle voice soothes my flustered mind. After I give it some thought, there's really no question about what to check first.
武装さん、まずは監視カメラの映像を見てみようよ。もしかしたら犯人の姿が映っているかもしれないからね。
なるほど、さすがは無能殿、なんという冷静で的確な判断力だ。では早速リビングで一緒に監視カメラを確認してみるのである。
Yeah, let's go!
ちょっと。
Armor takes me by the hand, dragging me from the dining room to the living room. I just imagine him being like, just pulled across the floor, like. However, despite what I just said, I'm fairly certain that the culprit hasn't been caught in the film. My reasoning is simple. No one would be stupid enough to do that.
食堂には監視カメラがついていなかったのである。
Oh, okay.
食堂は広くて目立つし、誰かが危害を加えられる可能性は少ないと思われてたんだ。冷蔵庫を狙われる可能性もちゃんと考えるべきだったね。
We didn't have enough cameras to go around, so we had to prioritize our private rooms and other locations where a murder was likely to occur. We also made a mistake in not considering that the culprit might go after the fridge. But why now of all times? I can't figure out why. What are they trying to achieve?
無能殿、これからどうする？二人で冷蔵庫荒らしの痕跡を探ってみるか？
いや、それもいいけど、まずはみんなにこの情報を共有したらどうかな。犯人の動きをみんなで警戒しないといけないし、僕たちじゃ気づけないことも何か気づいてもらえるかもしれないしね。
As I make my response, I recall what Holmes told me. We don't need to rush and go it alone. We should remain calm and start with what we can do.
僕は監視カメラの映像で館の中を確認してみるから、武蔵さんはみんなへの報告を頼めるかな。
了解である。
Armor follows my directions, taking out his D-pad.
そうそう、それでいいんだよ。
Holmes smiles next to him. She's clearly having a good time. It's like, yes, you can do it, Armor. You're not incompetent. That's the other one. We're like, hey. I'd like nothing more than to snap back at her, but I can't as long as Armor's there. Instead, I let out a heavy sigh, then touched the tablet to check the camera footage.
まずは今の洋館の状況を見ておくべきだよね。
Maybe we'll notice something suspicious. I use the tablet to check out each camera. Yesterday, we worked in 2 groups. Today, however, the detectives are all scattered amongst various rooms. Each seem to be conducting an investigation using their own preferred method.
今 今日はみんなバラバラに行動しているんだね。
ああ、実は今朝の騒動が終わった後、その場の流れでそれぞれ別行動を取る空気になってしまってな。
Uh-oh, the clash. Since they don't have Ideal or Watto, they're going to disagree. That sounds about right. It'd be awkward to work together after how intense things got. Oh, never mind. He's referring to the little incident in the morning that Watto prevented. Armor and Downtown are usually the ones to rally the group, but they're right in the thick of that fight. It's no wonder that everyone split up.
なんだか今日は迷惑をかけっぱなしで本当に申し訳ないのである。
気にしすぎだって。ほら、そうは言いつつも魔界さんと家族さんは一緒に行動しているみたいだよ。
Mystic and Posh. Mystic is touching the floor in contemplation. Meanwhile, Posh sticks some sort of measuring instrument in the flower vase. Ah.
他の探偵たちは何をしているのである？
社畜さんと文学さんは書斎の本を片っ端から取り出して確認しているみたいだね。美食さんと大和さんは2階のリビングの横の娯楽室の調査をしているよ。
The rec room has darts, billiards, all sorts of things to relax. They're checking to see if they're rigged with traps or devices. Wait, actually, who's there again? It was Gourmet and Rowdy.
飛躍くんは一人で2階の客室を調べてるみたいだね。下道探偵と科学くんの姿は見当たらないや。廊下にいるのかも。
無能先輩とバカお疲れーっす。どったの？なんだか
渋谷さん。
Just when I realize Downtown is walking over, she wraps her arm around me in a hug and pinches my cheeks.
さっきはびっくりして言いそびれたけどさ、今朝の先輩は結構かっこよかったじゃん。見直したよ。
渋谷さん、顔が近い。
My heart thumps at how close her face is to mine. A whiff of smoke tickles my nose, causing me to blush. She really is such a touchy-feely person.
いいからいいから。バカを止めてくれた報酬だと思って享受したまよ。なんだかんだ先輩はいつも空気を良くしてくれてるしね。
渋谷殿の言う通りである。無能殿はもう十分すぎるほど我々に貢献してくれていると思うぞ。
ほら、迷惑をかけた張本人がこう言ってるじゃん。
そうかな。それなら嬉しいんだけど。
These are the first two people I met on Morgue, so it really does make me happy to have them say this. Our initial encounter, the way they suspected me, it all feels so long ago at this point. I mean, technically it was Rowdy, since she was the one who was threatening to beat you up when you woke up.
なんだかんだうちらこの島にいる間ずっと一緒に行動してる気がするよね。
そうだな。奇妙な出会い方をしたというのに、縁とは不思議なものである。
こんな大変な状況で仲良くなれるなんて不思議だよね。
So much happened since I arrived here. I just hope that we've seen the last of it. The only thing I wish for is for all 12 of us to get off this island safely. As if answering my wish, that my D-pad chirps.
魔界さんからの連絡だ。
伝えたいことがあるからリビングで待っていてほしいだって。そういえばさっき罠の部屋を一緒に調べてた時、隠し通路の場所が分かったかもしれないって言ってたよ。みんなの前で発表するつもりなんじゃね？
Oh, thank God, my bluff was real. Hey, wait, you're what? Oh God, no, no!
それは朗報だ。魔界殿が来るのをみんなで待つのである。
Uh-oh. We stop shuffling about and check the cameras while waiting for Mystic. Suddenly, the feed in the trap room flashes. Posh rushes out the door. Maybe Mystic told her directly to join the rest of us in the living room. But Mystic himself, the person of interest, here doesn't leave. Did something happen?
魔界殿の様子、何か妙ではないか？
確かにさっきから全然動く様子がないね。どうかしたのかな？
No, what's gonna happen
ち
to
ょ
him?
っと上に行ってみるよ。何かあったのかもしれないし。
いや、リビングに来いって言われてるんだし、待ってよよ。どうせ監視カメラで見てるんだし、何かヤバいことが起きたら助けに行けるっしょ。
そうだね。
Downtown's right. Plus, I have my Denouement ability, so we don't really need to rush here. I hear the door open and turn around. Is it Posh? No, never mind. Renegade enters, pushing Techie's wheelchair in front of him.
皆さんも魔界さんの連絡でここに？
いや、僕らは初めから監視カメラの映像を見てたんだよ。ほら、例の冷蔵庫を襲った犯人を探すために。
ついに犯人が動き出したんだね。俺たちがこの洋館から脱出するまでおとなしくしておいてもらえるとよかったんだけどな。
魔界さんの発見に期待しましょう。彼はずっと罠部屋の調査を続けていましたから、隠し通路を発見していても不思議じゃないですよ。
そうだよね。
無能先輩、監視カメラの映像を見て。
What's happening? I followed Downtown's lead and hurried to study the camera feed. Oh no. Mystic Detective sinks to his knees before sliding out of view. It almost looks like he lost consciousness after being attacked.
何？誰かが魔界さんに危害を加えたの？
それがわかんないんだよ。うちらずっと見てたんだけど、別に変なものは映らなかったし。
It's gonna be poison.
渋谷殿の言う通りなのだ。何故か魔界殿は突然苦しみ始めたのである。
We should go check on him.
そんなバカなこと。
Just then, something even more difficult to believe occurs on screen. Oh. Oh no. No! The door on the western side shuts all on its own, but we blocked the door. It couldn't have been closed, not unless the doorstop was removed. The camera feed, however, tells us nothing. My head starts to spin. I don't understand what's going on. Just what are we being made to watch? Even without powers of denouement, I can tell exactly what's going to happen next.
まずい、トラップが起動する。魔界さんを助けに行かなきゃ。
No sooner do the words leave my mouth than everyone else leaps into action.
僕は足が遅いから、ここで監視カメラの映像を見ておきます。何かあったらデバイスで連絡しますので。
了解。気をつけてね、科学くん。
As I exit the room, I run into Workaholic and Bookworm.
どうしたんだい？また揉め事でもあったの？
魔界さんの身が危ないんです。今から助けに行ってきます。
お父さんが。
Bookworm goes pale. Crap, I shouldn't have said that in front of her. We have to get to the trap room before it's too late.
事情は後で聞こう。私はここで文学さんのそばにいるからよろしく頼んだよ。
はい。
We leave Workaholic and the others behind and spring across the living room towards the trap room on the second floor.
やっぱり外側からでも開かないか。
We're at the door to the trap room, but it refuses to budge. The doorknob turns uselessly in my hand.
もう壊しちゃおうよ。もたもたしてる暇ないって。
Useless goddamn door!
今度こそ。
Now this we've got.
我々の出番なのである。
Rowdy sprints up and lands a kick with all her strength as Armor tackles the door. The door doesn't yield at first, but the two repeat their assault again and again.
しょらー！
魔界殿、今助けるのである。
すごいじゃん。これで魔界ちゃんを。
No. Is that might be blood on the floor. Downtown lets out a small yelp as she barrels into the trap room. It can't be. I get a bad feeling as I peer inside. There's no way Mystic is dead. His calm, accurate judgment saved us all yesterday in this very same room. Even if somebody got the jump on him, I don't believe he could die so easily. I mean, he did get KO'd, so he wouldn't be able to climb on the table. I'm sure he'll greet us with his usual cool, collected smile. The stench of blood washes away the last faint traces of hope. The spikes thrusting through the floor have turned the room into a labyrinth. Gradually, they retract down like an ebbing tide. As the screech of metal retracting into the floor subsides, something heavy falls upon the ground. I look towards the sound and go silent. Mystic lies in the wake of red, his face pallid like a wax model, with no signs of life. His one eye exposed stares wide from beneath his bangs. I knew he was gonna die! He had too much attention this episode. Impaled on spikes just a moment ago, his corpse is soaked in a shower of blood. Puncture wounds marked his feet to his outstretched arms.
いその
I'll let the words slip out, unsure of what to expect. Of course, there's no reply. Beyond Mystic's extended hand is a table, the sole place of refuge in this spike-laden hell. He tried desperately to get to safety, but he never made it. No one could have survived the direct hit from those spikes. The outcome is obvious.
何これ意味わかんないんだけど、この部屋完全に密室だったよね。扉を閉めた犯人は、魔界ちゃんを襲ったやつはどこに消えたわけ？
お前らは監視カメラをずっと見てたんだろ。犯人っぽいやつの姿は見えなかったのかよ。
いなかったのである。魔界殿は急に苦しみ始めたし、扉は勝手に閉じていったのだ。
じゃあ何か姿の見えねえ透明人間の仕業だって言うのかよ。なんだってんだよ。ちくしょう。
Roddy's grief echoes off the wall of the room.
人間
The invisible man. Mystic would have loved a phrase like that. The irony is too much to bear. The case raises one too many questions. We were watching the security cameras, and yet the culprit managed to kill Mystic without getting caught on film in any way. Could Rowdy be right? Was the killer really invisible? How can we possibly approach this seemingly supernatural case? I mean, the thing is, we saw Posh. He just ran off. I think it was at Mystic's instructions, so I don't really understand what... That has to be really important. We have to question her.
どうして守れなかったんだ。
Something also has me kind of like suspicious. It's okay, it's about Shibuya or downtown. We were gonna go help him, but she was like, no, we can just watch. But the thing is, like, she wasn't technically wrong there. She was, I think, watching on the camera and helping him when he would have been in danger is technically logical, but that did delay us from being able to potentially help him. Why didn't my denouement show me this tragic outcome that awaited us? I struggle not to rebuke myself. I'm supposed to be able to see the future, but I couldn't even stop my friend from dying. What's this ability even good for?
落ち着け、バト君。エンドシーングの責任転嫁などしても意味がないぞ。
Holmes materializes at my side, scolding me for resenting my new power.
エンドシーングが発動しなかったのなら、それはこの結末を見抜くための情報を得られていなかったということだ。一度訪れた悲劇は変えられない。何を見落としていたのか、それを推理していくしかないんだよ。
Oh, we can't see that door stop from this angle because the table is blocking it.
そんなの分かってます。こんな複雑怪奇な事件どう推理しろって言うんですか。
魔界探偵の言葉を思い出せ。
His words flash through my mind. Only by conquering one's fear of death can the truth be ascertained.
落ち着け。オカルトとの付き合い方なら昨日学んだばかりじゃないか。
That's right. Even cases that seem surreal and impenetrable at first can be untangled if you approach them with a calm mind. Step 1. Do not rule out any possibility. With our expertise, we should be able to find the truth that currently lay unseen.
その通りだよ。未来予知なんて超自然的な能力。エンドシーイングにもルールを見出せただろ。どんなに不可解な物事にも必ずルールは隠れている。その隠されたルールを解き明かすことこそが探偵の使命だ。この混乱した状況を鎮められるのは、魔界探偵からオカルトとの向き合い方を教わった君しかいない。そのなけなしの勇気を振り絞り、君がみんなを導け、ワト君。
やってみます。ありがとうございます、ホームズさん。
I clenched my fists, psyching myself up. The old me wouldn't have been able to utter a single word in this situation. And even if I had, my shaky voice would have been undermined by what I was trying to say. But I'm not shaking now. My fear is outweighed by my rage towards whoever did this.
みんな落ち着こう。仮に犯人が透明人間だったとしても、その行動や犯行には必ずルールがあるはず。そのルールさえ解き明かすことができれば、透明人間だって捕まえられるよ。
無能先輩。
Okay, everyone turns to look at me, but I make my way to Mystic's body without faltering. I know how righteous a man he was, It's almost as if the crime is mocking his belief in the cult, not to mention our attempts to monitoring things. I've never felt anything close to the ire that's boiling up in the pit of my stomach over this despicable act. Mystic taught me how to engage with the occult, so it's on me to solve this case. I have to. Standing before his corpse, I voice my promise.
見ていてください、魔界さん。透明人間は必ず僕が捕まえてみせます。
Okay. You know, this might be a dickish place to end it, but I think I'm gonna end the episode here. You know, yeah, like I said throughout the episode, we had so much like attachment to Mystic throughout the episode that I hear there's just so many flags that were raised. I had a feeling that he was going to die, whether here or like be the next one. I am not sure how this unfolded because we saw the door just kind of close on its own. Mystic said that he potentially found another, exit? Or the secret entrance or exit. And we saw Posh run away. There's also the thing with the doorstop, as well as, I guess there wasn't a rope. The door closed on its own. That means someone must have removed it. I'm not really sure who to think is the killer at the moment. But we'll have to start the investigation next time and find out the truth to this murder, hopefully. But until then, I will be seeing you. See ya!